Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Kids TV in the house like kitchen sinks. You know, a lot of people have been showing me mad love. For you all that are not familiar, had a situation. I'm going to pin the video in the comment section. And if you haven't had an opportunity to look at the video, go check it out. I'll give you a brief overview of exactly what's going on. I was in a situation where I was at a gas station. Went in to obviously buy some gas. And I dropped a $50 bill. I dropped my money. You know how money kind of just floats in the air or what have you. And the individual that was standing in front of me in the line, when I went to go pick my $50 bill up, he put his foot on it. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, man, that's my money. I'm like, nah, I just dropped this. Like, I pulled my money out and just it slipped out of my hand. He's standing over top of me. I'm down like, you know how you bend over, pause, double pause, triple pause. Matter of fact, let's rewind that. Because I don't like how that sounds. We're going to do the manual rewind. I proceeded to pick my money up. And he insisted upon that it was his money. He's standing over me with the threat of violence. One thing led to the next. And we ended up getting into it in the store. A physical altercation. I never punched him. I never hurt him. It was just kind of like a tussling match, a wrestling match or whatever. We're tussling in the store. And he led to outside. Once we got outside of the gas station, he was the aggressor. He was the aggressor inside of the store. Once again, I never put my hands on him physically as far as like punching him or anything like that. Police was called. Police came. He was a white guy. That man right there, I want him prosecuted. I want him arrested now. They come over and talk to me. I'm telling them exactly what happened verbatim, the same way that I'm telling you all what happened. And when the situation occurred or whatever, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, this is not going to be a big deal. No one got hurt. Nobody's bloody. Nobody's injured. Anything of the sorts. They go back and talk to him again. They go in and talk to the clerk. Next thing you know, I'm in cuffs. Being hauled away to the county jail, man. That's just a misdemeanor. It's not anything to where I'm going to prison or I'm not going to jail, period, as far as the county jail, because I ain't do anything but defend myself. So if defending yourself is a crime, then I guess I committed a crime. Nevertheless, I'm in jail. My bond was like $3,500. Lawyer wanted $5,000. A lot of people reached out. Got my Cash App up in the corner. $ Kenz, KENZ 1000. $ KENZ 1000. I done had a few court dates. Misdemeanor court goes a lot faster than like felony court. If you have a misdemeanor and you want to go to trial, you could potentially be at trial in 3 weeks, a month. Prosecution offered me well, actually, let's not put the carriage before the horse. Respectfully. End up having to sit in jail for like 3 days. Finally make bond. I make bond because I'm in Kentucky. They don't have a automatic 10% bond, and we don't have bail bondsmen. So if your bond is $3,500, your bond is $3,500. There is no automatic 10% like most cases, or most states rather. Most states, if your bond is $3,500, it's automatically reduced to $350. That's just an example. Not here in Kentucky. You do what's called a pre-trial, which means they do an interview on you. Check your criminal record, see how long you've been out, if you do have a criminal record, if you have a job, if you have a steady residence. They want to assure that you're going to come back to court. I've never missed court. Out of all the cases that I've ever had, I've never missed court. But being that it's an assault charge, they're not as quick, if you will, to reduce your bond. Nevertheless, they didn't reduce my bond at pre-trial, so I ended up having to sit in the county jail for a few days. Like I said, I finally got out on bond, and I've been going back and forth to court. They offered me a plea deal. Of course, I rejected it. Serve, I don't even remember what it was, 60 days, 45 days. I rejected it. And they've offered several plea deals since then. When I say several, I don't want to. I want to say maybe 3. And it got to the point to where they offer me no time served. They want me to go to anger management, and once I complete that, then it'll be totally wiped off my record. My record is a mile long. I'm not gonna lie to you, so I'm not really worried about it being on my record. The thing is, it's about principle, and I gotta stand on principle. I'm not taking a plea deal. I told my attorney that I'm not taking a plea deal. Why should I have to take a plea deal for something that I'm 100% right? The judge is very agitated. Well, Mr. Kins, the courts have been very generous as far as the offer that we've, or the prosecution rather, that they've presented and offered you. So I will make sure, essentially this is what he was saying. Really, it is what he was saying. Blatantly what he was saying. You go to trial and you lose, you're facing 12 months in the county jail, and I will make sure that if the jury recommends that you do 12 months, that you do every day of that 12 months. The judge is talking to me. I'm an innocent man. Innocent man. That's how the judge is talking to me. Locking people up is a business. I tell people that all the time. It's crazy the support that I've had. People that's been reaching out to me, encouraging messages. Just people in my comments, people that sent me cash apps, $ KENZ 1000. Just gotta make that known. And it's just like, it's a beautiful thing to know that people really believe in you. So it's set up for trial. People been, like I said, wanting to know the updates and know exactly what's going on. It's set to go to trial. I got about 2 weeks before it goes to trial. Thing about the system is that it's a system. It's a money thing. It's locking people up is a business. Keeping them beds filled, private prisons, and even with their attorneys. Now, you're going to charge me $5,000. Now, I understand they go to law school. They have their fees. You're going to charge me $5,000, man. You're going to charge me $5,000 to go to trial on this. But the prosecution, they don't want to dismiss it. They don't want to dismiss it. I have a feeling that they're going to dismiss it. But the discrepancy, the problem is, a lawyer is not going to continue your case unless, like, for instance, if I tell my attorney, listen, I'm going to take a plea deal, which I'm not, or I feel as though they're going to dismiss it. A lawyer has to, and I get this, it's business, a lawyer has to prepare to go to trial because anything can happen. And they don't want to look like an individual that's not prepared, so they have to, do everything, do their due diligence, and prepare as though a trial is going to occur. So therefore, they need their fees. I don't know. I don't really complain and cry about the situation. It is what it is. Some people have said, Kens, you should have just walked away. Perhaps I should have. Look what it costs ultimately. Maybe I should have let him have the little $50 and just walked away. But at that particular moment, I felt as though I was in control of myself. I don't have anger issues. I don't have, I'm very calm. Not to make it as though I don't have any sort of issues whatsoever, but anger is not really one of the issues and problems that I have. But when you think about someone just taking from you, now if someone has a gun or something like that and they're, threatening to take your life, or you have your loved ones, your kids, your wife, your lady, or whoever with you, people that you care about, yeah, obviously, here, man, take this. But when you're in a situation where an individual is just trying to take from you, and they don't really have any sort of upper hand on you, such as a weapon or anything like that, man, it's kind of hard to just be like, all right, man, take my $50 when I know that I dropped the $50. You see what I'm saying? $50 is not a lot of money, but to some people it is. But at the same time, you're not just something that you work hard for, something that you're not just trying to give that away. Again, never punched him or anything like that. Just a wrestling match. Went out of my way to make sure that when I did when we were wrestling, that he never got hurt or anything like that. I'm just trying to get him up off of me. You're charging me. You're the aggressor. I'm not the aggressor. I know how this system works. I know that when the police come, they're going to look at my record and they're going to look at his, and ultimately I'm probably going to be the one that ends up in the most trouble, going to jail. These are the things that I know. What's so interesting is the plot, the twist to this whole case is the dude ain't even showed up to court, man. The dude has not showed up to court whatsoever. He does not want to pursue the matter. They can't reach him. They've called him several times. The dude, because he knows that he's wrong. It was just a day. Maybe he was having a bad day. I don't know what the situation was that particular day, but the dude is not even trying to pursue the matter. But see, the Commonwealth, man, that when you're in a Commonwealth state, they'll pick that charge up. So even if a person that initially files a complaint on you, if they no longer wish to pursue that complaint or that charge, guess what? The Commonwealth is going to step in and say, well, we have what we have. We have enough, because they've already done a sworn statement. So that's all that we need, and we'll pick the charges up. All of my charges that I've ever had in my life have been white-collar crimes or whatever. Like, I'm not no violent individual. I ain't going to kill nothing. I ain't going to let nothing die. I don't have any assault charges. I don't have anything of the matter. But what I'm not going to do is just let somebody just take something from me. I'm sorry, man. I'm still a work in progress, man. You see what I'm saying? I can't just allow anybody to just take from me. Just, take that. No pun intended. So the prosecution, knowing that this individual doesn't wish to pursue the matter, knowing that there were no injuries, hospital bills, nothing was damaged. I got my $50 back. Nothing. Surprised they didn't try to charge me with robbery. That's how petty the Commonwealth is. Robbery on my own money. Imagine that. But they'll do it, and I've seen it done. They still wish to pursue this matter because it's all about convictions. It's all about, them moving up. Now, this small case like this, it's not like it's a P. Diddy case or P. Diddy trial, but I'm just simply saying every notch under your belt helps. I find it to be somewhat, even though it's a serious situation, so I guess I'm being somewhat, facetious or what have you. I kind of feel as though it's funny, man. I really do. I kind of feel as though it's funny, man. The Cash App is, once again, $KENZ1000. So like I said, I'm having to pay out all of this money to an attorney. For what? For what? When you really, really think about it, for what? He wants another $1,500 at this point, and a lot of y'all have helped me out. I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that sent me Cash Apps. Man, it's been an overwhelming outpour of support, man. I definitely appreciate you. So I got about $1,500 to go to pay this attorney, and in 2 weeks we just gonna go to trial with it, man. We're gonna see what happens, man. I suspect that they won't ultimately take this to trial or whatever, but you never know, so you have to be prepared, like the attorney said. How you gonna go to trial without a witness? See what I'm saying? Well, Kens, all they had to do was get the videotape. Yeah, but those things take time. It's not like the day that the police came, that they could just get the videotape that day. Got the videotape. Takes time. And the prosecution, they're just overzealous. They're always overzealous. I've only ran across maybe one good prosecutor in my entire life, man. That was fair. They're gonna be firm at all times. But being firm and fair are two totally different things. So I'm looking forward to it. I hate the fact that I have to be back in court. I hate court. I hate just this whole ordeal with being involved in within the system. I cannot stand that. But that's what it is. So therefore, that's what I must do. So it's just a little update, letting everybody know. The last plea deal that they offered me, like I said, was just anger management. Stay out of trouble for 6 months or whatever. Man, I ain't been in trouble in years. Years. When I say years, years. I don't get into trouble. But I'm not going to take a plea deal, and then once I complete everything that they recommend for me to do, then I get my bond money back. Then I get, man, this is months down the line, man. 6 months down the line, man. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to have that. No, it's not going to happen. So we're going to trial with it. And the most that they can give me is 12 months in the county jail. It's like the absolute most that the judge has basically promised me that I'm going to get if I get convicted, because I didn't want to take a plea deal. But Your Honor, I'm innocent. It don't matter. They don't care anything about that, man. Once again, the Cash App is $KENZ1000. Anybody that wants to donate to the channel towards my causes, I appreciate you. If not, that's cool too. I appreciate you just watching, commenting, liking. Ain't about no money, you know what I mean? But I definitely appreciate all the people that have already supported me in this cause, and I look forward to this thing being dismissed or me being victorious at trial in 2 weeks, actually less than 2 weeks, about 12 days. Real Kens TV, respectfully.